Before the parade begins, the Tatum Wallace Ceremonial Band of Melbourne High School will provide a display. The band is under the command of Drum Major, Cadet Warrant Officer Class 2, Alexander Dickens, and CUO Nathan Lai.
Oh yeah, please teach it to. Yeah, good job.
Just put it on auto.
I can just move down just so the guys don't get picked up on the mic. Yeah. So we started the recording yet? I've already started it? Yeah, just keep an eye on it.
Thank you to the Tatamwala Ceremonial Band. You can see by the band's incredible standard that they are much sought after at ceremonial events around the state throughout the year. Thank you. Much of what you will see in the parade has evolved over long periods of time, particularly from things that were of military necessity but are now more symbolic in their nature. You will see the banners of the unit and the squadron have a starring role in the parade, and the banners flank the Australian flag, and we ask you to be upstanding when the Australian flag passes immediately in front of you. The idea that a regiment displays a banner is known to date back at least 2,000 years to the time of the Roman Empire. Throughout the Middle Ages, as battles became larger, flags became more than just symbols of each side. They were used to signal movements and commands to the various parts of the army throughout the battle. Consequently, they sat in the centre of the battlefield and were defended at all costs. To lose your banners was to lose the battle. They also signified the location of the headquarters of the regiment and came to be a focus of the esprit de corps of the unit. Battle honours were recorded on flags, and they came to be held in great esteem, even reverence by the members of that regiment. In that tradition, today you will notice the colour party wear gloves so as to not handle the banners with their bare hands. The escorts who are charged with guarding the banners remain at attention throughout the parade to show their readiness to defend them. And the banners themselves are treated with similar reverence. Tonight, our parade will begin with the Regimental Sergeant Major Cadet Warrant Officer Class 1 Derwin Kang. He will post the markers and begin this evening's parade. The parade adjutant, Cadet Under Officer Samaran Narayan, will now march on the unit and the squadron. Now that the adjutant has dressed the parade and has everyone in the correct place, you'll notice that the warrant officers have called steady to acknowledge that they are indeed in the correct place. This evening's parade commander, Cadet Under Officer Savagia Bansal, will now assume command of the parade. The parade commander will now march on the banners of Melbourne High School. Guests are requested to stand when the banners pass their immediate front. parade commander has now set the parade to align with the banners, and the sergeant majors have called steady. The parade will now welcome today's host, the Principal of Melbourne High School, Dr. Anthony Mordini. He is accompanied by the commanding officers of the unit and the squadron, Captain Stephen Husing and Flight Lieutenant Joshua Slocum. This evening's reviewing officer is Major Mark Murray. The parade will welcome him with a general salute, and the parade commander will then invite him to inspect the parade. The act of inspecting the parade dates back to early times of English kings, when standing armies did not exist. The armies were thrown together from groups of people who lived around the castle in times of emergency, and what became the habit of the king was to desire to look in the eyes of his army and see their motivation. Would they run or would they fight? And this tradition continues to today. Much of the training undertaken this year cannot be shown on the parade ground. Our cadets have returned to 3 full field camps. You may remember those times when your food bill was greatly reduced, and as unit chef, my food bill was subsequently much larger. Training has included the basics of drill, military history, map reading, navigation with a compass, basic first aid, radio procedure, fieldcraft, construction, camouflage and concealment, and movement through the bush. If only we could include the use of a washing machine, perhaps next year. What we'll show through this afternoon is the discipline and teamwork that the boys have developed throughout the year. The hours of rehearsals demand a commitment to each other and to the collective goal of excellence that you will see. Some of the movements are not common, even for seasoned soldiers. A good example is the change from slow to quick time as the senior cadets complete their first lap of the parade ground. And different parts of the program will already appeal to you. It could be seeing your son standing still without a mobile phone or a gaming console nearby. However, for me, the advance and review order is the highlight. At the conclusion of the march past, the entire parade will advance 15 paces and halt. This is the final compliment that is paid to the reviewing officer before he addresses the parade. Once back at the dais, the parade commander will request permission to march past. Ladies and gentlemen, the parade will now march past in both slow and quick time. will now invite the Principal to address the parade and introduce this evening's reviewing officer.
Good evening, everyone. Major Mark Murray, Operations Officer, HQ AACV Victoria Brigade. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, families, students. This is where we shine. This is where we see how we can show our leadership capability. I'm very proud to see what we've achieved this year, and I know that the boys that I speak to that are cadets talk about what it does for them. It is one of the few activities that really helps to develop the camaraderie, the discipline, the leadership characteristics that do not only hold you in good stead now, but in your years ahead. So to all of you that have contributed, that have led, that have worked very hard to achieve this day, congratulations and well done. It's my pleasure now to introduce and welcome our reviewing officer, Major Mark Murray, who will come and address you formally. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to acknowledge the Principal, Dr. Tony Wardini, the staff of Melbourne High School, the distinguished guests, families and friends, and of course the Army Cadet and Air Force Cadet staff, and the Army and Air Force Cadets themselves, and the Melbourne High School Military Band. I'm honoured to be invited to participate in the parade and to address the parade. During my short address, I will touch on the purpose and objectives of the cadets and the recent achievements of the Victorian Australian Army Cadet program. The cadets has been part of Australian military landscape for over 150 years. Many of those whose sacrifices were a key contributor in shaping our nation's identity were in actual fact cadets. Of note, cadets have been a part of the Melbourne High School history since 1885. The cadet story highlights a belief in what is good about Australia's youth, a faith in their ability to develop their full potential as good citizens, and an acknowledgement of the intrinsic worth of the character, ethos and values of the Army and the Air Force in assisting in this development. Cadets are actively encouraged to apply the Defence values of service, courage, respect, integrity and excellence in their everyday lives, whether they're in uniform or not. The Cadet program is a leading national youth development organisation and, for the Australian Army, is the Central Youth Development Program. It contributes significantly to Army's strategic nation building and community engagement activities. The program is a partnership between Defence, the schools and the wider community. It provides a military-like experience and fosters an environment in which our youth can develop their self-esteem, leadership and teamwork, learn the importance of being part of a community and enhance a series of service to the community and our nation. The parade you witnessed today demonstrates the high standards our cadets strive for during their training. Well done to the Army and Air Force cadet staff, the senior cadets, and the band staff and members who planned and organised the parade, and of course to the cadets who so skillfully executed their orders. I especially acknowledge the determination and resilience the cadets displayed delivering the parade, given the short time available for preparation in the school program and the limited training opportunities in the past couple of years due to COVID-19. I am more familiar with the activities of the Army cadets as opposed to the Air Force cadets, but I do note the following with respect to the Air Force cadets. They do have a unique dress and they do stand out. The blue looks fantastic. It's great. It was also fantastic to see a very strong and professional Air Force cadet showing at the Shrine of Remembrance on the 11th of November this year. The Air Force Cadet Program combines recruit training as a very strong program, as it provides a solid foundation that enables consistency in training across all of 4 Wing, of which 415 Squadron is a part. A dedicated training wing with flight training opportunities is a unique aspect of the Air Force Cadet Service. And I encourage you all to stay the course and to invite any others to come along and participate. These are unique opportunities which are not available to many young people from your age. Turning to the Army Cadet Program, despite the COVID-19, the Army Cadet Program continues to thrive in Victoria, with an establishment of 38 Army Cadet units consisting of 3,150 cadets and 340 adult cadet staff. Since COVID-19 restrictions were reduced in late 2021, the Victoria program has gathered momentum and all Victorian Army Cadet units are now parading. Over 700 unit level activities have been conducted since January. At the regional level, a course camp was conducted in January and another in June. The RSMA drill competition was conducted in March and a State Adventure Training Award activity was conducted in April. Over 1,000 cadets and adult cadet staff attended these activities. Over the Anzac Day period, the brigade supported 55 activities involving over 1,350 cadets and adult cadet staff. In July, the Chief of Army's Cadet Team Challenge was conducted for the first time in 3 years at the Puckapunyal Military Base. Over 120 cadets from all over Australia, support by 50 Army and adult staff, gathered to compete for the Chief of Army's trophy. I'm proud to advise that the Victorian team took home the prize this year. The band, what a magnificent display, and congratulations. I congratulate you all on your skill, coordination, professionalism and precision. I'd like to encourage you and any other musicians in attendance today to continue to apply yourself to your music. I know there's several, including myself, which find it hard just to march around, let alone march around and do something else, like playing an instrument at the same time. I would say that music touches all areas of our society. I encourage you to play your instruments, to encourage those around you. This has a positive effect on all who has listened, so keep up the good work. In conclusion, the cadet program is adapting and running, despite the friction posed by the COVID-19, and the number of cadets participating is continuing to grow. This level of cadet activity represents a significant contribution to Defence's strategic nation building and community engagement activities. This is possible thanks to the professionalism, agility and dedication of our cadets, our cadet staff, the band and the significant support provided by our communities, school, families and friends. To the Melbourne High School principal and staff, parents, families and friends, thank you for your support to the cadets. The program could not run without your ongoing support. To our cadet staff and cadets, thank you for your enthusiasm, dedication and resilience. With that, I wish you all good soldiering and stay safe.
Prize winners! Fall out!
The first of our prize winners this evening is Cadet Warrant Officer Class 2 Yashin Ahangama. He will collect the Ramsay Cup, which is the gift of the late Major General Sir Alan Ramsay, and this is awarded for overall company efficiency to Ramsay Company that bears his name. LD Collins. The LD Collins Trophy is awarded for outstanding leadership and service by an NCO and is awarded to Cadet Sergeant Ken Truong. Yep. The Hugh Brodie Cup was donated in memory of an old boy who died on active service and was rededicated in 1996 for the most promising recruit. This year it is awarded to Cadet Jason Zhang. The AATTV Association Trophy for the top Melbourne High School ACU cadet of the Junior Non-Commissioned Officer course is the gift of the formation with which the unit has carried the banner on Anzac Day since 1996. This year it is awarded to Cadet Lance Corporal Ethan Liang.
That one and the bridge. Is it two?
The 2nd 1st Machine Gun Battalion Perpetual Cup is the gift of the formation with which the band has marched on Anzac Day since 1969 and is awarded for an outstanding individual contribution to the band. This year it is awarded to Cadet Under Officer Nathan Lai and Cadet Warrant Officer Class 2 Alexander Dickens. As if they don't have enough trophies, the JRJ Grigsby Trophy is awarded to the winner of the dress and drill competition across all 3 services. This title is hotly contested and the source of much pride for the winner. This year it was won by the Tatham Wallace Band and will be accepted by CUO Lai and Warrant Officer Dickens. The Robert Dunn Memorial Trophy for Musicianship is awarded to bandsman Wesley Parkin. The 2nd 11th Field Regiment Trophy is the gift of the 2nd 11th Field Regiment Association and is awarded for service to the ceremonial band. This year it is presented to Cadet Sergeant Darryl Tong. The Flight Lieutenant G.D. Lowing Trophy is named for the former Flight Commander of 15 Flight and is awarded to the Ducks of the basic year. This year it is presented to Cadet Albert Liu. The Squadron Leader J.C. Eldon Trophy for the most outstanding proficiency cadet is awarded in recognition of his contribution to the school. This year it is awarded to Leading Cadet Nicholas Kum. And the L. Barbarous Trophy is named after a former principal of Melbourne High School and is awarded to the most outstanding senior cadet. This year it goes to Leading Cadet Fidel Hendrata. The parade will now farewell tonight's reviewing officer with a general salute. The parade will now farewell tonight's host officer with the school salute. The parade commander will now march off the banners of Melbourne High School. Guests are again requested to stand if the banners pass your immediate front. Thank you. The parade will now farewell the class of 2022. The parade concludes with a poignant march through the ranks by the departing cadets. The order to march in slow time for the last time is given, and the Year 12 Army, Air Force and bandsmen move through the units they have been a part of for the previous 4 years. It is indeed a special moment. The parade has been handed over to Cadet Sergeant Aidan Liu as the Year 12s fall out and prepare for their march past. The Drum Major will hand over the ceremonial mace to his successor, Corporal Rasith Welendaway. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the annual ceremonial parade for 2022. I remind parents that cadets will be dismissed after stores and equipment have been returned. There's a little bit of tidying up for us to do first. On behalf of the principal and staff, I wish to thank you all for your attendance here tonight, and I wish you all a safe trip home. Thank you.